Guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got another legend style video lined up for you guys today where I explain my thoughts regarding how I approach bases, and of course we're going to be using the Super Bowler Smash. So you can see over here, it's like the Super Bowler Smash over here. It's the same army. As always, it'll be in the description, the army link. And if you guys do enjoy this video, do leave a like, give me some feedback in the comments, and do share with your fellow crashers. Okay, that's about it for the intro. Let's just get into some attacks. Alright, so I think this is a pretty popular base that we have for the cookie spam that we have going on right now. It's got like a double poison setup all along the way, and you can see like the box base is actually pretty well spread out. Like we have most of the defenses along this broader compartment over here, and we have a teaser like town hall to end at with most of the enemy heroes along here as well. So some weaknesses that we can exploit on this base are this channel that we have right over here. It's very long, so our priority should be to try to get our bowlers into this channel, because then we'll end up having access to a lot of the defenses on the base. So I'm just going to use two different colors. So if I manage to get my bowlers in this compartment right over here, I will end up having access to all of these defenses. I think, yeah, that much. So that much of the base is what I'll have like access to over the walls. And we definitely cannot discount the bowler bounces as well, so there's a good chance we can deal heavy damage to the flanks as well. So our target should definitely be to try to get our bowlers into this compartment, into the core over here. Now we need to think of ways where we can do this such that we can also efficiently where we can efficiently handle like these flank compartments as well, because there's no guarantee that we'll be able to take either of these compartments over there. So we need to think of some ways where we can handle that. And you can see like most of the stuff around the bottom over here is very light defenses. There are things that we can easily take on towards the ending of the attack. It's nothing that we need to be concerned about at the beginning. So there are a few ways we can do this. One way I can think of is probably doing like a log launcher through over here, but again we need to also remember that this base is specifically meant to defend cookie spam, and most of the trash is located over here. All the heavy defenses are located much closer to the town hall, out around over here, like more or less spread out like that. So we need to try to get our bowlers into the bulk of the damage as much as possible, and I do not want to sacrifice my log launcher to go through over here, and I would have to fight the enemy clan castle while I'm under a poison spell, while also fighting two multi infernos, which is just a huge no for me. So we'll just look at what I ended up doing instead. I noticed that this compartment over here is actually pretty susceptible to a flame flinger. Like we can grab this much of value with a flame flinger, and we can do a queen charge on the town hall instead, and then we can push the bowlers like this into the gut of the base. Of course I would need the king to funnel out this area as well, but that is more or less the plan that you should try to go for. It's not possible to approach with the bowlers in this direction because there's so many walls that we need to keep getting through, so that's also not very feasible, I would say. So I think this is like a crack I found for this base using super bowlers. It's very simple. You just need to make sure that you have access into this compartment over here. So let's just see how I make that happen. You can see I've already started the flame flinger up top. I'm just dropping some balloons because I think some people keep black mines all around over here, maybe to create a blimp or something. But after you've cleared the area, you can see the baby dragon can get amazing value. There's nothing stopping it. We've got a queen charge running, as I was talking about earlier, right in time to tank the mortar as well. So yeah, let's just see how this shapes up. And yeah, I've dropped the yeti at the bottom. I'm gonna follow up with the king, and you can see how I'm gonna drop a wall breaker to target this wall right over here. And opening that intersection actually gives the king access to both of these compartments, which is a very efficient wall breaker for us. I think he's gonna kind of like roam around a bit, but I think he should eventually go back towards the queen. And yeah, the town hall has fallen now. We should start thinking about getting ready to start sending the smash. So yeah, you can see I'm just trying to keep the queen alive. I've dropped, I think, one. Yeah, look at how I've dropped the jump over here. I think I've barely missed it, but you can still see, like, I think we should still be fine. The king is doing a wonderful job. He has taken down the enemy queen. I just popped my warden ability early, but I think I could have delayed it a little bit because there are a lot of red, yeah, as I was about to say, there are a lot of red mines over there. We need to definitely be careful. The Flamefinger has done a good job. It has gotten as much as I expected it to, and the Yetis will take the Royal Champion and also the rest of the defenses in the area. And now the bowler should just try to directly break into this compartment I was talking about. It's a very roundabout way, but because we're entering from behind the base, it should be very easy for us to pretty much clean up the rest of it. And you can see, like, there's not really much left. So if we had approached this from the bottom and we had a town hall to end that with no resources left, it would have been a huge problem. But now we have only these trash buildings left that don't really pose much of a threat for us. And you can see, like, I still have my queen ability, I still have my royal champion ability, and I still have a skeleton spell to spare. And most of my bowlers are alive as well, 2 of them in fact. I think 1 of them died to the monolith, but the fact that it survived all the way up to the monolith is huge for us. So that's an easy crack, I would say, on this base, because these queen charges are very minimal. You just have to take the town hall down, and after that it's immediately joining it up with the smash. So it's much easier than a normal queen charge. Do try it out. These cracks are very easy once you get the hang of them. Anyways, let's just get right into the next one. I think this is also a base that TK has given out. I'm just going to pause it for a second so I can talk about it a bit. Yeah, the previous base was given out by him for the cookie spam. This one was given out just a general Town Hall 16 base that is supposed to be anti everything, I believe. But there are some weaknesses that we can exploit on this base, definitely. And let's just try to take a look at them, I guess. So one thing we can definitely see is that this rage tower, sure, it's covering 4 defenses, but the rage tower is actually going to help us over here. The fact that the rage tower is inside this compartment allows us to wall break this wall very easily. The wall breakers can target this wall, and the fact that we can, oops, my Wi-Fi is a bit slow, but that's fine, I'll just keep talking through it. The fact that we can wall break this compartment, maybe if I just send like 2 wall breakers, I'll ensure that this wall is going to open up, which gives us access to this area. And then all I need to do is have a jump on the clan castle, and we'll have access to everything over here if I just place a jump like this. So all that's left for me is to figure out a way to get to that place such that I can actually make sure my bowlers follow through somewhat like this towards the town hall. I need to somehow funnel out this area. So you're gonna see I'm gonna do something like a somewhat complicated funnel, but it kind of expands on the queen funnel that I have been doing so far. So over here you'll notice that I'm going to be using a combination of the king and the queen to actually funnel, because this area is very heavy and it's going to be a little time taking, and it might even be resource intensive. Like, our queen alone cannot handle it. So that being said, I'm just gonna continue the video now. So let's just see what I'm gonna do. Like, if you notice, like, this corner over here is easy for a flame flinger pickup, and I'm just gonna do just that. Like, I'm gonna get the warden statue, a ricochet cannon, and definitely these 2 buildings. So overall this is a good funnel, I guess, because like this void compartment is also there over here, like this void wall, I would say, and that already chips off a good chunk of the base. So then I'm just gonna have a warden walk. I'm not gonna expect it to do anything crazy. I'm just gonna try to clear like this much of the base over here, because I'm dependent on these buildings kind of existing so that my bowlers can come back a bit to the left and then go through the core. And yeah, let's just let the funnel kind of stabilize a bit. And you can see I'm doing the king and the queen over here. The king is gonna walk down over here, the queen's gonna walk off to the right, and I've got the yeti to protect as well for the queen. And you can see how I'll just pause again really quick. You can see how the king is gonna pass through like this, the queen is gonna pass like this, and she's gonna take care of like this much of the base. The king is gonna handle like this much, and just like that we actually have a very nice path for the bowlers to go through the core. So it is a bit of a complicated funnel. It goes towards like a Sui style attack where your heroes are not exactly with your smash, but you'll see how strong this sets up our bowlers for us. Because the damage is well spread out throughout the base, our healers can easily take the amount of damage that they have to fight at any point of time. Sure, we have a rage tower coming up over here, but you'll see like because of the rage tower nerf, it's not too much of a problem. And look at that, we busted the entire wall open. Because of the spread on our heroes, you'll see like the damage is not being taken exclusively by the bowlers. Our king is taking a good amount of damage, and overall it's not looking bad. So you can see like I still have everybody alive. I've got like 2 rages, and I'm just gonna start spamming them into the core now. And you can see like if you manage to get your bowlers to this point, it's pretty easy. Like the base doesn't really stand much of a chance. The flame flinger is also still helping us because we managed to start at the right time. And you can see I've got a rage going into the monolith still. Like it's so well spread that we don't even need to use too many rages to set it up. And yeah, we've only just deployed a royal champion. She doesn't have much to take care of. I think I'm just doing this for the sake of time. Otherwise, you can see I did not really need her. I still have my queen with her ability, and all of my healers are alive as well. If not all, maybe 4 of them. No, all 5 of them are still alive, and she's still got her unicorn as well. So yeah, once again, we've got a spare royal champion ability. In fact, if it wasn't for time, I wouldn't have even needed her. But I still have my queen ability and another skeleton spell to spare. Alright, that's another triple for us. We'll just move right on to the next one. Okay, we've actually got a pretty interesting looking teaser diamond style base over here. Like you can see all the enemy heroes are pretty much stacked over here. We've got the monolith as well near the town hall, and of course we have this toxic compartment right near the town hall filled with all the expos, the clan castle, and the scatter shots. So what can we do? First of all, I think the biggest problem that we're going to have on this base is figuring out a path that our bowlers can actually take. And you can see like it's such a broad base, like it's spanning over literally the entire width of the possible widths that we can have for a base. So there are multiple ways to deal with such bases. Once again, you'll notice like most of the stuff at the bottom are very light defenses. Most of our damage is kind of focused in this area, I would say, if I had to be honest. Like, so you can see like in this case you can see like the center is actually very light, and we've got very light defenses in these corners over here. So you can see along the width it's very light. The damage is mostly along the flanks and on the teaser end of the base. So I think I've mentioned this in the past. For teaser bases, I usually just try to grab the town hall with a queen charge, and I will combine with my super bowlers right after that. I usually sacrifice my king to make a funnel, and I drop the flame flinger somewhere where it's safe, away from where the smash is. Sometimes if it makes sense to drop the flame flinger beside where the smash is going, I tend to take it if it's really good value. But over here you can see one really good spot for me to drop my flame flinger. In fact, there are quite a few spots. Like I can claim like this, I can claim this much of the base, and likewise on this side of the base as well. So I have a few good spots for the flame flinger. Honestly, I'll just have to check for traps very carefully. But yeah, that's about it. So the plan would be to grab the town hall with the queen. Let's just see that really quickly. It helps a lot because we don't have any enemy heroes to deal with. The teaser end of the base usually has most of the traps, and they're very easy to pull. And now that we have the town hall poison duration nerf as well, it becomes easy to do this style of an attack on teaser bases as well. So you can see I've started scouting for traps. I already pulled one Tesla out at the bottom, and yeah, I've just started the queen all the way up top. So I usually try to grab the warden first. You can see before the king targets you, the warden just goes down. So overall it's easy, and I see like Teslas are popping up around over here as well. that's when you have to be a bit more careful with setting the funnel. So you can see I'm starting to try to trim out the sides of the bases. It's not working out too well for me, but I am trying. So yeah, you can see I've sacrificed making right away. I've given him 2 wall breaks. I'm just going to try to punch him onto the left side of the base, and I'm going to encourage my bowlers to kind of path through this side of the base. One more great thing he did for me is he pulled the CC. He's going to distract the attention for a while, and now my queen is going to be in a lot of trouble. So just pop her ability, join with your smash as soon as you can, because you need to try to have cross tanking across all of your troops. And I was a bit late on the warden, but I just managed to catch everybody. Just use your warden ability immediately, because we are already in the thick of the damage right over here. And those raged bowlers can easily keep up. You can see those bounces are working so well for us. They're just bouncing right from the scatter shot onto the X-bows that are lined up for us. And yeah, overall now you can see as the warden ability is starting to wear off, the damage is just not there anymore. My queen, which was about to die in like barely half a second, is completely healthy now. Those bowlers with the warden ability can just dish out insane damage when you're working from the back of the base, because they are just not ready for you to attack from that end. They expect you to maybe go from here and then probably awkwardly path through this area such that it becomes difficult to reach the town hall. But because we're breaking the base from its most sensitive area, those bowler bounces can easily explode through most of the damage, and you can see this is already working out very well for us. The flinger has done an excellent job. The queen is back to full health, no problems for her. The royal champion is helping out wonderfully, and overall, sure, it was a bit tougher. Teasers are a bit tougher to queen charge like that, because you get into the damage very quickly, but with a bit of practice it becomes so easy. You can make some mistakes. Even if my queen died, it would have probably been a closer finish, but it's still possible to do that kind of an approach on bases like this. But yeah, I think I'll line up like an attack or 2 more for you guys in this video, so let's just quickly get on to the next one. So we've got a box like base set up over here. I'd imagine that this is a Town Hall 15 layout repurposed into a Town Hall 16 layout, because of the ranges of the defenses that we have around the spell towers. Like you can clearly see that this was meant to be a rage tower to pick up all of these defenses over here. Maybe not this inferno, but definitely all of the other defenses. But now with the rage tower nerf, that's not the case anymore. And you can see like this guy has some holes in his base as well. I'm guessing he hasn't placed his burst defenses down, but that's fine. We'll still try to make a plan for this base. So one weakness I can definitely notice is that there's not much protection for the scatter shot. So if I try to place a flame flinger over here, I can hopefully make it go towards the scatter shot. I was a bit off on my flame flinger, and you'll see how that affects us in a little bit. But I think this is the style of base where we can just take advantage of these holes over here. We will just have the warden like chip away this much of the base. The flame flinger will take care of this much with the help of some smaller troops as well. And we just need to get a wall breaker to break this wall, because once we get one wall breaker on this wall, we can easily place a jump over here and handle the rest of the base. So let's just see how that works out for us. Usually this area over here has a lot of Teslas and skeleton traps, as you can see. And you can also see how my flame flinger is pathing towards the ground X-bow rather than coming back towards the scatter shot. And I don't really notice that in time, and you can see I'm gonna get punished for it. But we're still going to try to make this work, because the flame flinger has done its job of creating the funnel that we needed. So you can see I'm starting to drop most of my troops to pull the warden up top, and I use my queen over here. Because she can easily reach over the wall and just finish this much of the funnel, I guess. This much. So that forces the bowlers to all group up and go around like this, which is going to work out very well for us. And you can see I'm protecting my queen. The wall breaker is successful. Everybody is rounding around towards the right side. And yeah, overall this is looking pretty good. right in time to protect the healers as well from the red bombs and all of those black mines which were stacked near the core. And you can see I've just deployed my RC very early as well. There's no reason not to, because the town hall is about to go down right over here, and that way the timing was actually pretty good for us. I think I wasted my skeleton spell over here on the right side scatter shot. The healers were going to die anyway, but overall it should still be okay. It'll come very close definitely, but we'll try to do what we can. So I still have one rage in the bag. I'm just trying to slowly chip away at whatever defenses I have left, try to pop my queen ability at the right time. So that back-end management is very important when you start making mistakes on bases like this. I pre-raged the Royal Champion, and you can see like the Diggy is already out there, and the Diggy is taking the damage rather than the Royal Champion, and that's actually going to help us finish this base up over here. Yeah, it came very close, but when you make mistakes, you need to just do the best that you possibly can to try to recover this as best as you possibly can. Oh. Okay, I think I've changed my internet now. It should be a bit better, and I'm gonna keep this as the last one for this video. So yes, it is a ring base, and we probably already know how to deal with bases like this, but I'm just going to keep this here because the funnel I'm going to create is going to be slightly different. You can see like the heroes are laid out much more spread out on the base. They're not in a ring over here. So I'm going to try to do something a bit different. So you can see like the flame flinger and the warden are definitely going to start in the corners over here like this, but rather than having the flame flinger go on to the right, I'm going to try to encourage the flame flinger to go towards the left over here, because there's nothing really threatening the flame flinger as such. So you're going to see how I just do that in a moment. You can already see the flame flinger starting to go towards the left, and the flame spirits have opened this wall for us over here as well. That's good for us. Like it'll definitely try to probably like path like this through the base. And yeah, I just dropped the flame flinger right in time to tank this mortar. So for the warden side, I'm gonna try to wait for the dark elixir storage to fall, because once that happens, let's just have a look at the path over here. I'm just gonna zoom out for a little bit, and you can see that I have a path like this, but you can see I've dropped my king and queen actually way off to the side over here, so they're gonna help create the funnel straight through the base like this. And you can see how nice this is going to be set up. Like the dark elixir storage is just not there anymore, and the nearest building now is this monolith just straight up. I let my king go to ability. I let him kind of just go to Phoenix ability. That's perfectly fine. I just wanted to save my spells, and he would end up tanking most of the defenses in the core anyway. This allows me to pop my ability very late, my warden ability, and you'll notice that in just a second. I've only just now popped it, like probably 5 seconds after the town hall has exploded, and that's going to help us so much for this back end over here. You can see that most of my troops are splitting around, but those rage bounces are so lethal, they can easily just take over most of the base. And once again, like after you've pretty much handled the core, always a good time to send a royal champion. No reason to wait on her. You just need to make sure that the town hall is definitely going to go down, and after that it's pretty much go time for the royal champion, because she can nicely cross tank with most of your smash. And you can see how the smash kind of parted through like this in the core, and that easily allows me to send the royal champion as well and clean up behind her, because there's a lot of cross tanking going on in that direction. There's no reason to not take advantage of it. And yeah, I think I just dropped the skeleton spell out over there to help it clean up, but you can see this is another triple for us. So yeah, making the flame flinger go off to the left as well over here to help clean up, that worked out well. You could have probably seen like the defenses were cleared all the way up till like here. So the flame flinger actually cleared this, and then it did that much of a funnel for us too. But that's enough about this base. That's obviously going to be another triple for us, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Do give me some feedback in the comments if you did enjoy it. Share with fellow clashers if you find these videos helpful. Do let me know again, like do let me know in the comments. It does help me a lot because I am a smaller content creator. But yeah, that's all for this one. I think I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.